on the, it's really, I can see it, but I don't think you can see it. So you can see it very faintly disappearing, just like disappearing. Well, anyway, you lay the L ruler on the grain line, and then when it's right angles and it hits right under the crotch here, inside the seam allowance, and take that line across. That's your crotch line. It could be in the front or in the back. So in this one, in this case, you put it on the grain line, and then it would be here, and you just take it across. Okay, so if you don't have one on your pattern, you can put one here. Okay, so you know something about that. It's just like the bicep line, you know, on the student. Okay, so make sure you have a waistline and a crotch line now, because you're going to put the crotch depth onto that line. Yeah.
How do you find your grain line?
Yeah, it's here. Now what you do is you measure the pattern, waistline to crotch line. Okay, so say it's 12 inches. Okay, remember now I took my measurement. I had 9.5 plus half an inch ease, so I only need 10 inches. So this is 12 inches, but I'm 10. So using the shortening and lengthening line, shorten it 2 inches. If you need more, then you lengthen it out. Okay, whatever you do on the piece that you adjust, do the same thing in the same place, and then on the back or front piece. So you can work either front to back to front. Okay, after you've done that, then I want you to measure from the waist all the way to the hem. Okay, that will determine how long you want your pants to be. Okay, if it's short, but you know, make sure you got some crotch, okay, underneath there, because you want something really short and it runs right off your crotch. I don't know, you might get a skirt again, you know. So make sure you have some crotch, okay? All right, so anyway, so you get your, so in this one, just be easy to it. From the waist to the hemline, and if you want to shorten or lengthen, you look for the lengthening and shortening someplace around the knees. Okay, and then you do that. And whatever you do here, you do there, and you've done. You got your adjustment. Very easy. Okay. Now let me just go back. Okay, and so what we did was then measure. Now that we have two different measurements for front and back from the paper clip, okay, then what we do is see where the waistline is. We measure the sewing line. See, we're staying inside our seam line. So we took this front measurement, and then I looked at the measurement that we had on the tape with the ease, and whatever needed to be added or subtracted was done like this in a pie-shaped situation. Okay, now nothing is changed here, okay, because that's the crotch depth, but crotch length is done in this manner. Okay, so you either make it bigger or you cross over and make it smaller, and then you get this line to be in accordance to the tape measurements with the ease of the crotch length. And so we work the front and we work the back. And so sometimes it could be overlapping here, or maybe more like added on here because big tummy, and then we overlap here and make it smaller. Okay. But we do not change the side seam. So I'm not going to get that, what we do, so forget about it. Okay, when you get into advanced class, you get it again, and then it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so all you have to do is then to adjust your crotch depth with the ease and your crotch length, and you're ready to cut your pattern. Okay, so you cut your pattern, and then you're ready to sew. Don't forget all the things you need to do, you know, like notch your notches and blah, blah, blah. Okay, make sure you grain perfect and everything else. Okay, all those things, don't forget. Okay, now you're ready to sew. Okay. If you follow this, you will have no problem. That's why I'm going to leave this thing up so you can see it. First of all, you're going to sew together a front, this is front and a back inseam together. Okay, so front and back inseams 2 times. Okay, so if you look at my pants, here you see front and back inseam. Sew that, and then get the other front and back inseam and sew that. Okay, so you can have two inseam. Okay, after you got that together, you're going to sew the crotch. Sew crotch, see. Okay, can you see this? These are the inseams that you put together, one front, one back, 2 times. The inseams are sewn, and now my crotch seam is sewn. So it's only the side seams left. So you have to bring another front and back side seam together, and another front and back side seam together. Everything with right sides together. Okay? And that's all you had to do. add your elastic casing, which I'm going to show you how to do, and then you hem it. And